Good morning, you listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. I'm in Washington, D.C. at the Carpet One Floor and Home Winter Convention. I'm with Eric Demaree, president of the organization. Eric, how you doing?
Kemp, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
This is a little early than we usually get together, isn't it?
Yeah, but when you book these events 3 years out, you have to sign certain contracts, so you take the dates you can get.
Well, let's talk about this meeting as far as year over year. Winter's usually the bigger meeting. So how is the attendance here versus other years?
It's the highest we've ever had. We have over 90% attendance. And I think if you look at the agenda and number of products we're bringing out, the new marketing platform, we've got Mayor Rudy Giuliani as a keynote speaker, and he's been with us before. He was our keynote following the tragic events of 9/11. A lot of our members remember that. So we're thrilled that we've got the kind of attendance that we have.
And I'm sure you've spent some time with your members in advance of us doing this interview. Give me some feedback about what you hear as far as sales levels and the tone of what they feel about 2015.
They're good. They're very optimistic. I mean, consumer confidence is up, oil's down, price at the pump. I mean, we're looking forward to a very exciting year. I think in certain areas, business is still struggling a little bit. But overall, I mean, we hit our numbers again this year. We were planning about twice what the industry growth was, and we're happy that we achieved that in the purchase volume.
What are some of the challenges they're facing? I think one of them, just to prime the pump, is around this labor availability on installation.
Yeah, well, there's three big ones. Labor is certainly one, and we're working very closely with a couple of organizations to see what we can do to address that and support some type of initiative so that we can really hire and train more qualified installers. And hopefully we'll be able to talk more about that in the near future. Now, the second thing is finding qualified sales professionals. We have a Hire for Success program. I mean, we placed well over 400 sales professionals for our member stores all throughout the country, where we not only write the job descriptions, but interview and screen out and bring qualified candidates. So keeping that pipeline filled. And the biggest challenge, is how do you get more traffic? With what's happening online between e-commerce and the big boxes and the category killers, we've got a very robust strategy to bring more people to our stores, and we're going to reveal that during the course of this convention.
We did an article in the January issue, the current issue of Floor Focus, about the evolution of retail. And it's not just talking about floor covering, but it's really changed with technology, with some of the attitudes of some of the different generations. You're getting a little bit of a different buying experience. Do you guys feel like you're on top of those trends and addressing and reacting to the way the consumer wants to shop today?
Well, we certainly do. As you remember, in our last convention, we brought Jason Dorsey, who's Mr. Gen Y. And he talked about the differences between the new millennials and the Gen Ys and the next generation. My son's 36 and his wife, and how they shop and what they prefer. What we have going for us is that our members are the experts. They invest heavily in product knowledge, people knowledge, selling skills. You have to give the customer the kind of shopping experience that they want and how they want it and when they want it. And we've got that covered. All of our platforms are digitally compatible regardless of what the device is, all the way down to the mobile phone. We know exactly what the new millennials want. They want to be educated. We've got third-party consultants that have worked with us to build a much more robust website that does exactly that. Our flooring guides help simplify the flooring process and the selection. And we're getting tremendous feedback on the beta testing we've been doing. As a matter of fact, in 8 different markets with about a dozen members, we were seeing increases in traffic, literally 700% increase, and these aren't small numbers. So we're thrilled. We know exactly what we need to do to capture that new buying experience. The other thing we did is we hired 2 new people. I have a vice president of marketing. Janice Jacobs developed the Martha Stewart brand for Staples. She worked for Ross Stores. She built an e-commerce platform for several large major retailers. James Lassen, a digital expert, had his own agency for 16 years. These are high-quality, talented folks. So, yeah, I think we're way ahead of it now. There's a lot of technology pieces that we have to continue to build so that we can deliver this.
One of the things that's changed is the consumers coming in now, and they're much better informed, and sometimes they actually know what they want. And if you want to change their mind, you might turn them around and they might leave. And do you think that retailers are being able to react to the advanced knowledge that they have?
Yeah, I do, and I think you're right. I think some consumers have more knowledge than the salespeople that are waiting on them. Now, they may have some bad knowledge because there's a lot of crap that's out there on the internet. But what our members do very well, and the university teaches them that. I mean, we did 50 city tours last year. We've got 4 instructors out there. We're showing them that when a consumer is looking for a particular product, not only to support that and educate them, but to give them choices. I know you came in looking for this. You might want to be aware of boom. And hopefully we can change their mindset and move them over to a product that is better for them and a product that our members want to sell.
We all know the history of why Carpet One Floor and Home was formed 30 years ago. And some of it was motivated by the fact that these home centers were starting. And Howard and Alan and Sandy felt like that as a unified group, these independent retailers would be stronger. How's that battle? And interesting, I ask you this since you came from that side. How is that battle going against the home center?
Well, we're gaining share. I mean, we took 2 times the percentage increase on the purchase side that the industry published, so we're happy about that. And as you know, we have so many brands in between our outlets and the ProSource Wholesale and our sister brands at Flooring America and Carpet One. Plus, we're so diversified. A home center's not going to do what we do. They don't do new residential construction. They don't do insurance replacement restoration work. They don't do bid commercial work. They don't do Main Street commercial work. They do DIY. And in the categories that they're strong in, take ceramic tile and laminate and entry-level hardwoods, they're always going to be there. What they're trying to figure out is how to get better at professionally installed sales. They are never going to catch us.
I have seen the preliminary year-end numbers for the industry, carpet being flat, hard surface being up anywhere from 4 to 6, depending on the category. So obviously there's a share shift there. Do you see that trend continuing?
Yes. I don't have a crystal ball, but I don't think it'll be significant. Maybe 5 years ago we were 60% carpet and 40%. Now we might be 50-50. Again, the 50% of carpet is still bigger than all the other ones combined. And as you know, Kemp, the profit is in carpet and cushion. It's tough to maintain margins in some of these commodity wood products, and primarily because the big boxes and the category killers keep driving the price point down. You go on these websites and it's ludicrous. Buy laminate floor for 29 cents. I mean, bamboo for 49 cents. That doesn't do anybody a favor, especially the consumer. We know what the tactics are to bait and switch like that. But again, it makes it more challenging for the professional, small, local specialty retailer because the consumer's on 5 to 6 websites and they're seeing all this pricing. And that's a challenge. And, those big box, especially the category, they're not doing themselves any favor. That's not going to work for a long-term strategy.
All right, last question. I know that in this summer you are a little light on product introductions, so I think you're bringing out a lot of new products at this meeting. I haven't been exposed to a lot of it, but I did want to ask you specifically about one. You have analyzed whether or not you needed to continue this Select-A-Floor program, and it looks like you've locked in on it. You're going to continue it. Talk a little bit about that decision, if you would.
Well, Select-A-Floor came out 14 years ago. It is singularly probably the longest sustainable merchandising, and certainly has sold more product than any other system in the flooring industry. And our members love it. And the beauty of Select-A-Floor is it's evolved over time. It's evolving again. We've got the hardware in place. It's still functional. We've done a complete redesign. All new cards, all new lifestyle categories, all new graphics, all new photography, all new warranty systems, all new information boards. That'll be phase 1. Phase 2 is we're working on a technology platform that we're going to roll into that. It's all designed to do the following. Let us make it simple and easy for you to find the right style, texture, color that you want and make it logical and easy. And they're going to love it. They're going to love it. Now, we didn't do it. We were smart enough 18 months ago to say to a group of members, what do we need to do with Select-A-Floor? They told us. We had a 2-day meeting. Then we worked for a year on that. Then we brought in 11 sales professionals from all over North America. They spent a day and a half with us working with the product buyers and the merchants and told us what was good, what was bad, what we needed to change, what they wanted. And at the result of that is what our members are going to see at this convention.
Well, I got to applaud that decision because the consumer buys floor covering based on the way you merchandise it with Select-A-Floor, not based on fiber type, not based on weights and things like that some of these other organizations like to merchandise by. So I think it's a good decision. So you're feeling good about where we're going to go for 15 as far as your business at Carpet One?
Yeah, we're very optimistic. As a matter of fact, we budgeted a higher increase this year than we did the previous year. I think, consumer confidence, housing's a little better, employment's come down. Now, all the indicators are pointing in the right direction. And I've got to believe that, when you go to the gas tank and now you're paying, $1.20 less than you were a year, you feel a little bit better. And there's pent-up demand. You know that.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of housing stock out there where people just want to make these investments. All we have to do is make sure that we're smart enough to be in their consideration set. Because we know a large part of them are going to go to Depot, they're going to go to Lowe's, they're going to go online and look at all the categories. We need to be there. Because once we get them, we're pretty darn good at converting them into a loyal customer and into a sale.
All right, Eric, it's great to spend time with you. Again, been talking to Eric Demaree, the president of Carpet One Floor and Home. Then you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.